What do you think is the biggest threat in America?
A lot of progress made and everything. I just think that a lot of the negative stuff outweighs a lot of that.
What do you think is the biggest threat to America?
Hey, young people, what do you guys think is the biggest threat in America?
Everything is saturated to where you don't know what's right and what's wrong and what's going to kill you. So I
wiped out by Katrina back in '05, and watching Tennessee go through what they're going through.
Let's do it. Atlanta, ATL. What do you think is the biggest threat in America?
There's quite a few. There's a line of them. You start with insurance. I feel so sorry for people, you know, living in houses all those years and owning things. You can't get help when you need it. And then the prices, you know, we paying out the money and can't get decent food anymore hardly. So it's best to grow your own garden if you can. Come in spring. It's just, in daycare, everything just on the rise. And makes you wonder what happened. And who's responsible. But if you're going to be official for us and you're going to be in politics to support the people who voted for you, you do your job. Because when we on our jobs, they expect us to do ours. Amen. And, you know, there's no separation of nothing, you know, concerning that. But be ye also ready. That's what it says in the good book, huh? Yeah, but, you know, do your job.
Thank you. Do you ladies want to add to it? All right, can I ask you one more question?
They're kind of quiet.
So it's MLK Jr. weekends.
Yes,
right?
yes.
How do you feel about the current state of Black America?
Creeping.
Creeping?
Yes.
Creeping up? Creeping down?
Creeping. It's various angles with that one too. Creeping concerning being able to stand strong one with another. And then creeping to where let us enjoy MLK Day. Don't add nothing to that. Recently, people add things to that day. Leave him alone. Let us honor him. Because he fought for all of us, no matter what color you are. You know, and show that respect towards him. Because, you know, it's very much needed. But we can stand strong if we want to. But, you know, it's going to come a day that we're going to stand up one for another. And don't let it be too late. Because, you know, we all in this together.
Amen.
Yeah, got to stand strong.
Thank you so much. God bless.
You're welcome. You too.
Happy birthday. When you think about what causes you to kind of be concerned about the future of our country?
The future of our country, I think what I'm concerned about is that our nation needs to turn back to God.
Turn back to God. Okay. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Hey, have a great, God bless. Technically, okay? You ready?
Yeah.
First question. What do you think is the biggest danger in America?
Biggest danger, just in general, I would just say us as human beings, honestly. Because you have war, you have food we eat. It's like everything is saturated to where you don't know what's right and what's wrong and what's going to kill you. So I just say us as human beings. That's my answer.
I love that.
Yeah, I say us as human beings.
I love that. Do you want to answer?
I would say.
You ready, friend?
Hey guys, I would say. Can you say the question again? Like,
what do you think is the biggest threat in America?
I think the biggest threat in America is the lack of love. And like just like what is it, what's the word, like the lack of love, trust, and tolerance. Yeah, like patience, like just compassion or like understanding. Like it's like we don't have that no more. Like it's like everybody's sighing each other.
Everybody is side-eyeing each other, yes. Okay, so then my second question is, what do you think about the current state of race relations in the United States?
Race relations?
Yes, or we can say it's MLK Jr. weekend, right? This is a big weekend. But what do you think about the current state of either Black America as it stands now, or what do you think about the current state of racial relations within the United States as a whole?
I think that's like, it's cut dry. I mean, I feel like it's still the same far it was back in the day. Like nothing changed. And also made a reminder about the geographics of where you at. Like, perfect example, I went to Denver for Christmas, took my kids there, and I kind of experienced racism there. So my son 8 years old, so he didn't understand. So I mean, it wasn't belligerent to where they was calling me names or nothing, but it was just how we was treated. Whereas where I work for the federal government. I have diversity of different nationalities, and it's no racism. It's diverse. So I believe, like, based on the demographics of where you are, that's determined too. And also, you can get age discrimination too. So it's. I feel like it hasn't changed since back then. I feel like it's still the same. It's just a matter of where you are and who you are, and especially how you dress too. So that's my answer to that.
Thank you. Do you want to add?
As people, like, we're all in the same situation regardless of what color skin we are. White, black, Hispanic, Asian, like whoever you are in America right now, like America, like we kind of like on one boat, and it's like there's no other ship, so we just gotta deal with it. Like, we gotta come together. Like, there's nothing we could do, you know. So
I love that. I love that.
we
Hey,
gotta come together.
we do, because we're one country. The ship goes down all together, right? There's no like pausing on that. But hey, thank you both very much.
God bless you.
God bless as well.
Yeah.
Thank you for stopping to talk to us really fast. I have a very quick question and possibly a second, okay? All right, so first question. What do you think is the biggest threat to America?
The entrepreneurs and the big business that are pushing laws that honestly the society doesn't agree with. You have like Elon Musk being like this shadow president who's pushing laws behind Trump, and honestly we don't see it, but I feel like it's a lot of agreement going on behind the scenes and pushing things that a lot of people in the world just don't agree with.
You want to answer a second question for me?
Maybe.
All right, MLK Jr. weekend, right? The United States has made a lot of inroads when it comes to racial relations. What do you think about the current state of Black America?
I think the current state of Black America is kind of, I feel like it's a lot of things that's coming out to cause Black America to hurt itself. Like, whether it's the music, whether it's the things that they're putting out on media, on TV, on shows. Like, Black America is kind of a self-inflicting race, and it's hard for us to get ahead because I feel like a lot of Black Americans who don't have a strong mindset are being brainwashed, and that's affecting the whole race and really stopping a lot of us from getting ahead. And that's why I think we always become like the anomaly.
Thank you so much.
What do you think is the biggest threat in America? Okay, so I'll go with you first. You can take the little mic here.
Guns. Unregulated guns.
White men.
Yeah, guns, because of all the things that happen, like school shootings and everything like that.
Thank y'all very much. And my second question is, we are looking at Martin Luther King Jr. weekend, right? What do you think about the current state of Black America, or the current state of race relations in the United States, looking, my God, we're now 60 years, right, past civil rights.
So what I think about it, I think we're taking steps backwards, which is really sad and kind of scary because we're still kind of young and we're growing up in a country where our rights are being taken away and we can't do anything about it at this point.
Yeah, I do agree. We like taking some steps back, even though there's been like a lot of progress made and everything. I just think that a lot of the negative stuff outweighs a lot of that, and especially like coming like into such a new like a generation where like we're like expected to be everything and all this stuff. It's just like it's just very crazy to see like everything that's going on with our country, and
I think stigmas are going up because of politics, like especially just certain groups. Just kind of like what they push in the freaking government and like the things they say is just like, it really generalizes certain groups and puts a target on a lot of people's backs that are just regular old people, which is not good.
Thank y'all very much. Hey, my Falcons sweater. I want to yell "Go Bucks," but I don't want to get jumped in Atlanta, so I'm gonna not say that shit. Anyways, sir, thank you so much for stopping. I have a very quick question for you. What do you think is the biggest threat in America?
Corporations and the fact that we feel the need to have capitalism infiltrate every aspect of American lives. Capitalism should be controlled. We shouldn't have capitalism in schools. We shouldn't have it when it comes to medicine. You know, certain things should be kept a certain way so that they're affordable for everybody, so they're equitable for everybody. And I'd say that's the biggest threat. We have a news that seems to stir up hysteria and trauma constantly, and it's not a reflection of how real people are trying to live their lives. So I would say that those are the biggest issues and threats to our way of life and the way that we look at each other and associate with each other.
Thank you so much. And also what you think about the current state of race relations in the United States.
I would say the upcoming president. And what was the other question?
What do you think about the current state of race relations in the United States?
The current state. I would say the current state of race relations. It always could be better. There's always room for improvement, and from all sides, not just one race to another. We all can do better.
All ethnicities, all of us.
Yes, definitely.
Thank you so much.
No problem.
Have a great weekend.
You too.
The government. All right. And then second, what do you think, how do you feel about current racial relations in the United States?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't have an answer for that.
Thinking about, just to maybe kind of expand on it a little bit, thinking about this is Martin Luther King weekend, you know, civil rights, massive movement. What do you think, just looking back on what his goal was, what his dream was, how we currently sit in 2025?
We've made it further than what we used to be in, so it did something.
There's positivity going.
Exactly, but it feels like they trying to. It's
regressing. I think sometimes regressing.
I mean, yes, in a way, but.
Okay, thank you so much. Unfortunately, y'all, we were kicked out of Cumberland Mall by Paul Blart, the mall cop, and we went over to Battery Park, the Atlanta Braves Stadium, and had an amazing time. We're in the Battery in Atlanta.
Okay, it's good to know. Yeah, because I've
Everybody
wanted to see
walking around.
Stonewall just to see it. You know?
Do you gentlemen have a moment to answer a quick question? All right, thank you so much. Hey, young people, what do you guys think is the biggest threat in America? Biggest threat in America?
Not enough musical theater.
Amen, yes. Everybody's in theater?
Yeah.
Hey guys, keep performing. Go, make all of us happy. So what do you think is the biggest threat in America?
I don't know. Like politics and stuff. I don't know. I feel like politics is.
I just want to have bold conversations, conversations we haven't really been allowed to have for a couple years now.
Let's do it.
Okay, so first question is, what do you think is the biggest threat in America?
The biggest threat in America is people in general. You never know what's behind somebody's eyes, so you always want to be conscious of your surroundings and looking around. That's the biggest threat in America. It's a sad thing to look at, but really, that's what it is.
Okay, and then my second question is, what do you think about the current state of racial relations in the United States? MLK weekends, and you know, we're now 60 plus years after civil rights. How do you feel we currently sit?
We don't. It's sad, but at the end of the day, it's still a situation. You still see it going on day by day. I'm a father of a biracial daughter who have, you know what I mean, I've seen several things happen. So we're still not necessarily in a small place. I would say we're growing a little bit, but we're still in a small place.
Thank you so much. What do you think is the biggest threat to America?
To America? I think we are all a threat to ourselves right now. There's so much hate and no one is working together, you know?
Yeah. A lot of people have said that. A lot of people have said that.
Like, you know, we're from Mississippi, so we got wiped out by Katrina back in 2005. And watching Tennessee go through what they're going through, and then California, and it's like people are helping California but not helping the people in Tennessee and North Carolina, and we know
we're
what
in
it's
South
like.
Carolina. We just got hit by that.
See, and we know what it's like to be forgotten, because Katrina, everyone was focused on New Orleans and not us, and we were literally wiped off the face of the earth, you know? So I feel like everyone's just not working together, and I think if we just work together, we could do bigger things.
be American again and not individual states or individual ideologies, beliefs, ethnicities, all of this. We found all these ways to divide ourselves.
100%. And when you have little ones like this that are watching, and you know, we don't even talk about politics at home because we don't want her to feel one way or the other. We want her to grow up and know how she wants to feel herself, you know?
That's admirable.
But yeah, I think we all work together. We're working against each other now, and that's not what we need to do. We need to be together and help one another.
Someone was telling me that it's almost like a team sport. It's my team or your team, but technically all the teams should be the same because we all go down as one. So I would say God bless